The first update we have today is on Erika Jayne and the recent discussions sparked by her significant weight loss. Okay, so this all kind of kicked off when Erika, shared this photo on Instagram. She was posing with Kyle Richards at some Emmy event, right? And wow, people really noticed her appearance. Immediately, the comment section just blew up with speculation about how she lost the weight. Lots of mentions of Ozempic, Some folks were saying things like she's wasting away or too thin, even asking if it was happy hour Ozempic. Others seemed genuinely concerned, saying she was losing her sparkle and telling her, don't get too skinny, babe. It's not the first time either. Her look has changed quite a bit over the last couple of years, leading to comparisons with Dorit Kemsley and even Sabrina Carpenter. Anyway, Erika actually talked about it back in August on Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen. She said it was down to hormonal changes with menopause and that she went to a doctor to, quote, get it off. She was also pretty careful mentioning she didn't want to trigger anyone, referencing a castmate with an eating disorder. Oh, and The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills Season 15, we're expecting that later this year or maybe early next. Before we get into the next update, I need to check in with you all. If you're enjoying our little tea session, take a millisecond to hit the like button and subscribe to join the best reality TV community on YouTube. And speaking of community, I need your opinion. What was your immediate reaction to the Erika Jayne news? Drop your unfiltered thoughts in the comments. Done? Let's move on to next update now. Next, we are going to talk about some recent drama surrounding the Real Housewives of Orange County. Okay, so get ready for some major tea here. Former cast member Alexis Bellino, she's kind of back in the mix, and, well, she's making some pretty significant accusations against Shannon Beador, about how Shannon's treating Tamra Judge. This whole thing really illuminates those classic power struggles you see on reality TV. Right, so Alexis Bellino is publicly accusing Shannon Beador of trying to, quote, ice out Tamra Judge from the show. Basically trying to push her out, deliberately isolate her from the group. And Alexis claims this is exactly what happened to her in a past season, which she says is why she didn't get asked back. She's even kind of warned Shannon, like, watch her back. Basically saying, holding grudges often gets you fired in that world. Now, this tension, it kind of stems from last season, right? Remember Tamra Judge kept suggesting Shannon was an alcoholic after Shannon's DUI, her driving under the influence incident? Yeah, even though they were supposed to be close friends. So this season, you can definitely see Shannon Beador is noticeably less friendly towards Tamra. And, get this, former Bravo producer Carlos King, he actually backs up Alexis's view. He shared his opinion that, yeah, Shannon probably does want Tamra off the show and thinks maybe this icing out tactic could work. Fans, well, they seem pretty divided. Some agree Shannon probably wants some distance from Tamra, while others feel, Shannon was treated pretty poorly last season, and maybe she's just protecting her peace now. Oh, and totally separate from all this drama, Alexis Bellino also shared on Instagram just recently that she got her marriage license with her fiancé, John Janssen. So this was today's update about the Real Housewives of Orange County. Let's now move on to the next update. Next, we are going to talk about Luann de Lesseps' pretty strong beliefs about what's really going on with filming Real Housewives of New Jersey and, the whole situation with Teresa Giudice possibly leaving. So the big questions everyone's asking about RHONJ are they really filming the new season or just testing things out? And what's the deal with Teresa Giudice? Well, Luann de Lesseps weighed in, and honestly, what she says makes a lot of sense. Okay, so Luann, she is not buying this whole test filming story. She flat out says she thinks RHONJ is actually shooting, like for real, not just testing. Her thinking is, look, why would production waste all that time and money on crews just for a test? She reckons only the potential new cast members are actually being tested, which, kind of implies the season is filming. They're just maybe checking out some fresh faces. And this really fits with what we've been hearing lately, right? Like Melissa Gorga, Dolores Catania, and Margaret Joseph's filming with some newbies, but significantly without Teresa Giudice around. There's even talk from insiders suggesting Bravo might be ready to move on without Teresa, maybe even building the show more around Margaret Joseph's. Luann really knows how quickly things can change on these shows, too. She brings up her own experience, getting demoted to a friend role on her show, which for anyone who doesn't follow super closely means you're still in scenes, but you're not exactly main cast, not in the promos and stuff. It just illuminates how roles and contracts can totally shift around. So with Teresa, well, Luann's point is you just never know what's happening behind the curtain. It's complex. So this was today's update about the future of Teresa Giudice and the Real Housewives of New Jersey. Let's now move on to next update.
Okay, next, we're going to talk about Whitney Rose from the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. So she's recently opened up about what she called a failed business venture with her husband, Justin Rose. And she also gave a little update on their marriage. You know, all this happening while the show is teasing some financial drama for season 6. Whitney shared that this joint business they tried just kind of failed, calling it a pretty devastating misstep. Now, she didn't say exactly which project it was, but, well, it kind of shows the pressure these reality stars are under when their business stuff becomes, part of the show. You might remember her Wild Rose Beauty skincare line. It got rebranded and sold through Soul People, a wellness company she partnered with. But Whitney later clarified, look, she's not with Soul People anymore, but she insists Wild Rose Beauty itself is not done. Despite these financial bumps, Whitney did confirm her marriage to Justin is good. She said they're working through it, and yeah, she's still married. She really emphasized wanting to share her real life on the show, even the tough bits, saying she finds it beautiful to watch. Although she did admit she gets anxiety watching every season back, and feels like this next one, season 6, is going to be her most authentic yet, even if she kind of hopes some scenes don't make the cut. So this was today's update about Whitney Rose's business and marriage. Let's now move on to the next update.
Next, we are going to talk about the latest casting developments and departures heating up for season 3 of the reality show, The Valley. Recent social media activity is really fueling speculation about who might be joining the cast, especially since a major player just officially left. Looks like we're in for some big changes. So yeah, there are pretty strong rumors swirling around Jeremy Madix. You might know his sister Ariana from Vanderpump Rules and his fiancée Rachael. Could they be joining The Valley? Well, this talk really kicked off after Jeremy posted photos from Naya and Danny Bucco's Western-themed housewarming party. Everyone's pretty sure that party was being filmed for the new season, right? And get this, Jeremy's Instagram story even showed Rachael hanging out with a bunch of the cast, like Kristen Doty, Brittany Cartwright, Jessie Lawley, Michelle Sanier, Jasmine Good, Melissa Marie, and Zach Wickham. And adding to the buzz, Lala Kent was also at that party. She later shared a gym selfie with Janet Caperna from The Valley, and Janet even said they were literally drenched, kind of hinting she's still involved. Now, all this potential new blood comes right after Jax Taylor officially exited the show back in July. You'll remember his departure followed all the drama around his addiction issues and his split from Brittany during season 2. Jax basically said he needed to step away to focus on his sobriety, his mental health, and co-parenting his son, Cruz. So definitely a big gap left there. As for when we'll actually see all this play out, well, no premiere date for The Valley Season 3 has been announced just yet. So this was today's update about the evolving cast dynamics and future of The Valley. Let's now move on to next update. Next, we are going to talk about Brielle Biermann's recent candid interview, where she really sheds light on her family's public struggles. So Brielle, who's Kim Zolciak's daughter, right? She went on Regina Carter's Hair Time podcast. And wow, she revealed the pretty shocking way she found out about her mom and Kroy Biermann's divorce and their serious money problems. Get this, she found out through TMZ. Yeah, the gossip site. Apparently, her younger siblings found out online too. She actually described reading the divorce article sitting in a Walmart parking lot. And then her mom, Kim, pulls up right beside her, crying, admitting she just didn't know how to break the news. Brielle said it was like harsh realities all at once. And the timing? She just bought herself a first-class flight to the Bahamas right before learning they had, quote, $0. She also mentioned her mom, Kim, seemed kind of unaware of a lot of the financials, even though they still had, a house cleaner and a chef working for them. Now, as the oldest, Brielle feels like she's had to step up, almost like a parent to her 4 younger siblings. That includes her sister Ariana. Brielle even joked she might need to send Ariana a cease and desist and an NDA because Ariana's been talking about the family's money stuff pretty openly. Oh, and she mentioned giving her 14-year-old brother, KJ, money for food or like Lyft rides for girls he's trying to impress. Brielle also gave some personal updates, saying she's not touching plastic surgery anymore, hasn't done her lips in 3 years. Plus, she talked about her engagement. It's been a year and a half planning the wedding, wanting kids soon since she's 28 now, and she's launching a hair care line too. So this was today's update about Brielle Biermann's surprising family revelations. Let's now move on to the next update.
Next, we are going to talk about the relationship status of Below Deck's Bárbara Kulaif and Jess Theron. Okay, so remember Below Deck Season 12 on Bravo? The reality show about the super yacht cruise? Well, cast members Bárbara Kulaif and Jess Theron started dating on the yacht. Got kind of messy with multiple love triangles involved. So, what's the deal now that filming's over? Where do they actually stand? Right, so Bárbara herself confirmed it. She and Jess, totally done. She actually revealed this on Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen. And get this, she admitted she even gave Jess another shot after Jess had that fling with Céline Favreau, another crew member. Now, Jess kind of shed some light on their pretty rocky breakup too. She said she doesn't regret anything, but her therapist isn't exactly thrilled with her choices. She actually blocked both Bárbara and Céline after filming Wrapped. Apparently, the big split happened right as they were getting off the yacht at a hotel. Bárbara went to Jess's room, wanting to confront her because she suspected Jess still had a thing going with Céline, and well, her suspicions were confirmed the next morning. She saw Céline leaving Jess's room. Yikes. So where are they now? Well, Jess actually has a new girlfriend named Katie. Bárbara's met her, called her lovely, and even said she's the best part of the relationship. And as for Céline, Bárbara says they keep in touch. Céline apparently thinks they're still good friends, but Bárbara put it bluntly. She would never bring Céline home to parents.